Can I have a pedal then? I can literally say, can I have a pedal then? Can I have a pedal or not?
No, which one?
Can I have a pedal? A Dane or something?
No, it's got too many knobs on it. Less is more. I'm limiting you to one switch and...
And what? How many knobs?
Two
Are they kind of
Three
knobs, three knobs.
maximum.
Because you have to have, you know, if
Not necessarily. Less is more.
So no switches on the pedal.
No switches.
So I couldn't get the 29 flower.
No,
that's too much.
Too much. Less
See, the question.
I'm generous giving you 3 knobs.
Yeah, I mean, a light speed would be the thing, isn't it? But
rear light speed is a good shout.
Rear light speed is a good shout.
It's a good shout.
Oh my god, I don't know what to pick here. It's like we haven't got anything.
Knobs are on a Klon.
Can I have the Klon?
Yeah, you can have a Klon. No, you can have the Klon because that's in keeping with the whole vibe. You can have a Klon.
I can have a Klon.
You can have a Klon.
I'll take the Klon then.
Okay.
I get a Klon.
Wow.
I get a Klon. There's still a phone number. I wonder if we call that if he picks it up. That's
the
for
actual Klon phone number.
Yeah,
probably will. What's his name?
Hey, what's up?
Mike Klon.
Mike.
John Klon.
John Klon Van
John Clonan.
John Klon Van Damme.
I have been sent from the future to kill you, to stop overpriced distortion pedals taking over the world.
To copy my Klon.
John Clonan.
I will fail.
Yeah. Wow, okay, I got a Klon then, so that's not bad,
wow.
actually. So my
Let me
rig
explain the concept of this video. Welcome back to Andertons TV.
Welcome back.
As you've probably guessed, the title of this video is Can Less Be More? And we're not talking about notes, we're not talking about Yngwie Malmsteen, we're talking about gear.
Yeah.
So Pete has less, not monetary, just less.
Yeah.
He's got a guitar with 1 pickup, an amp with 1 channel, and now a Klon. And I've got more. So I've got a guitar with 3 settings, plus 2 coil taps, plus an amp with 4 channels, plus my pedal board. So I have more.
Much
Pete
more.
has less.
I've much less. I've got so much less, but in terms of, I mean, coolness.
Money-wise, I don't think there's probably a massive difference, really. You know, especially not now you've added the Klon in. So your guitar's like, you've got like a 2000. In fact, we'll talk about. Let's get some tones and have a bit of an opening jam just to ease you in, and then we'll see who's having most fun.
Can I use the tremolo in this? No.
I suppose. I mean, it's You know what? There were a lot of amplifiers of that era would have had tremolo in, so I'll say yes.
But then okay.
In fairness, neither of us have got the foot switches out for this. We failed on that front, so we might have to just lean back and press things. But okay.
same ending. Blues dad, blues dad, blues dad. Blues. Hey man, did you hear that?
I couldn't hear myself, let's be fair, over your searingly loud tones. So tell us about the gear that you've got, Mr. Pete, and what is it about less for you that maybe is more?
Well, less is more for me because that's what was given to me today. That's what it is, isn't it? But I think
that's true. Pete drew the short straw.
Or is it the long straw?
Or is it the long straw?
Or is it a good straw? Because you can say
as long as it's a paper straw.
As long as it's a paper straw, yeah, or metal straw.
Or a metal straw. Yeah, no more plastic straws.
So this is the PJD Carry Apprentice with a single P90 in it. So it doesn't really get more simple than that. Apprentice. Junior, perhaps,
well,
the junior apprentice.
That's what it's reminiscing about, isn't
Absolutely.
it?
Really, really simple, string through body, volume and tone.
It's probably the biggest difference. Well, no, it's not true actually. So flip it a minute.
Flip it.
Right, so it's bolt on.
It's bolt on neck.
So that's a difference. Yeah. It's string through, almost like a hardtail Strat style bridge.
Yeah, or Telecaster.
It's more like a tunematic. It's not or a wraparound or anything.
Yeah.
But it's obviously
a mixture, isn't it, of a Telecaster.
It's a bit of a mixture,
Yeah, it's a bit of a mixture, and I like that. Because it resonates in the wood. I mean, yeah. So and roasted neck, and it's always nice set up. These necks always super nicely rolled, and it looks amazing.
You know what it looks like? And these people now will go, oh, here he goes again. Because if you Richie Sambora, massive
big fan.
Fanboy of Richie Sambora here. Yeah. Seen Bon Jovi live loads of times.
Look at a cracker.
He's the kind of guitar player that almost every song just gets another guitar out just because.
Yeah.
And always. Best sound of the whole night was when the Les Paul Junior comes out. I don't know what it's like, 57 Les Paul Junior or something. And he just gets all the tone out of these and he just finds
this
it.
As well,
there's
isn't it?
Probably a bit of that, yeah. Yeah. It sounds great. So just going to show, maybe you don't need, like 3 pickups and pedals and.
I mean, if you want to teach yourself to, I feel if you want to teach yourself to tone, is that a thing? If you teach yourself to tone. Try to use less, man. Just try to use one bridge pickup or one neck pickup, and then work with what you have. Yeah.
Jared James Nichols, another great guitar player that gets all the tone.
Because but now he started to use like 2 P90s, and now he got the Klon on there, and he's got a pedal board now. He's selling out, isn't he? He's selling out, but that's okay because I'm scared of him because he's got massive muscles.
He's a big guy,
so he can sell out any day.
What you got down there, Mr. Pete?
I've got a panoramic stereo Twilighter.
Crikey, say all that quickly.
I sound like
a panoramic Twilighter. How many syllables in one
Australian
brand could there
Twilighter?
Twilight.
2 10s.
From Magnatone.
From Magnatone. And it's essentially 2 12-watt amps that's running each 10-watt speaker, which means you can get stuff like, when I turn that on, I say you don't. Plus, it's got the most beautiful reverb ever. Anyway, I can't use all of that stuff, can I now?
Well,
because I turn it all off.
We've allowed you the less is more, so there's a little bit more in that amp than maybe. What would have happened, let's say I'd gone, no, you can literally have an AC15.
I would have gone,
so
I'm not playing.
You would,
I'm kidding.
So,
no, I would probably got, what can you get for this?
Maybe a blues breaker or something like that. So it's just, it's plug in, there's no reverb, there's no channel switching, it's just woo.
I think the reason why I got this was because it's like a reverb, what is it called? The reverb, the little reverb, Princeton reverb.
Right.
What's
Deluxe
it called?
reverb?
Deluxe reverb, the little one, the little 110 or 112.
Yeah,
you
Princeton
get it.
or Deluxe.
It's got when you crank it up to. I mean, I could have got that as well, to be honest. But so when you crank it, it stays clean up to there. But when you go full whack from say like 10, 11 or something, when you keep going all the way up, there's not much happening other than the gain. Yeah. It doesn't get any louder, but it gives you more gainal structure.
Well, I think let's hear how you would go using, and of course we've got a Klon. It's a real Klon. And by the way, if you subscribe to this TV channel or whatever we are, a YouTube channel,
You can.
Not only are we giving away awesome prizes every time we hit 50,000 new subscribers, see below. When we hit the big one, the £1 million.
1 million.
1 million subscribers.
Wow.
Yeah, you're going. All of you, all million of you, will go into an enormous hat. Slash's enormous hat. And we'll pick a name out.
We should get him to pull a number out. We should.
And then, anyway, one of you will win a Klon. Maybe even that
in this
Klon.
one here,
Either that one or that one.
This one's got little marks on it wherever it's set.
So, come on, I want to go clean, through to crunch, through to jazzy, blue. I want everything.
Okay, literally now, he's lost it. All right, so right now, I'm sort of running treble down tight a bit and then bass a bit more. And I've got a little bit of reverb.
A little bit?
Well, you know, this is how much reverb this got. Drips in it, man. It's like a Saturday night in Las Vegas. And then on the gain, I'm running at about 3 o'clock.
Pretty high then.
Yeah, so pretty high. So this is where you have to work with not only your fingers and the touch and the feel. You can ask any.
That's why Pete got that set up, because I don't have either of those.
Yeah. So so you have to even if I have the guitar full whack. Dial down the tone a bit. Because now I'm full whack on the guitar, which means that if I want to, I can go. You know, but this is all.
I kind of feel like even the light, it's almost too hard.
Yeah, you have to be so
You probably
gentle.
do need to take the volume
You have
of
to
the
be
guitar back
very
a
gentle
bit.
with it. So if I then dial down the tone a bit and the volume. And you only have so much tonality to do, so that's where you have to work with the tone control. Almost like you're switching pickup to a neck pickup, right? So, and then, if I turn the tone all the way up, I get a bit more sort of, take the reverb down. So that's a bit more like rhythm guitar on it, I think. And then if you wanna start rocking. Find that sweet spot for the reverb. But you can hear. Everything on full now, but that sounds good, right? Sounds good. But it's not, the thing is with it, it's not that loud, is it? It's just about 100, which is relatively loud, but it's still not, that's the thing with it.
I do think if you're a fairly decent guitar player or upwards, and you play in like a classic rock, it's like...
That's how to do it, man.
I think Magnatone might be the best amp brand that we sell.
It is such a good amp.
Such a good amp. A little bit kind of like, maybe it's in one lane.
It's
obviously
expensive.
a lot of money.
Yeah, it's expensive.
But we've sold these amplifiers, and again, I can't give any names away, but we've sold these to Joe Blogg's guys that, through to some stellar name guitar players in this country.
Yeah.
And they really are just like,
You say, okay, fine, so you can have...
If you're not familiar as well, Magnatone is a real old American brand. It's older than Marshall or anything like that, so...
And it's got the tremolo in here. A bit more reverb. like
take
it.
the reverb down, hit the Klon on.
Yeah, hit the Klon on.
That is spectacular.
I mean, the guitar is it's a really, really good guitar as well.
I want to hear, after you've played with the pedal as well, I want you to tell me how it's changing how you approach playing from when you've got, say, a Strat or a Tele or a Les Paul or something.
Okay, let's try the Klon. Definitely got a what's it called? The dipped in stuff.
Oh, right, it's a bit
it's
microphonic,
unpotted,
you mean?
yeah. I think if I had to use
a lot of gain and a lot of volume.
If I had to use the Klon, I would probably take the volume down to a bit more clean tone. Down to about, what are we saying, 10 or something o'clock. So it's a bit more clean. And then I'll bang in the... That is such a great sound,
It's so Klon. It's so... I mean, I know we do some videos where we go, oh, they all sound the same. And then you do another video where you go, if you want that slightly pushed mid-range over the top of a amp with a little bit of sizzle in it anyway, that's
just the sound. It does lots of things, man. I think you're asking about how I changed the... I kind of think about the sound I want.
More, you mean?
No, when I have less here, I think about the sound that I'm trying to get out of my head or out of my fingers. So I'll go, if I need to play... if I need to have it like a clean kind of sound, then I'm thinking, let me get that sound, and I'm trying to search for that in my head and with my fingers, and with that I'll find it. Does that make sense? Is that completely?
I'm just trying to
because I'll find it.
If I think when I've got all the pedals,
you click on a pedal to get the sound.
If I want a sound, I just go, and then I'm not really. Whereas,
but I'm going for, okay, I need a fiery lead zone or something, and I'll think. So I'll kind of...
that sounds so good,
go up here.
That's no pedal.
I mean, you can. There's no pedal. You can. It's difficult.
Put the John Mayer settings on.
The John Mayer settings, but... I don't know if it makes sense. I don't know if it makes sense that you think about the sound you kind of want and then you try to dial it in.
That's interesting, isn't it? I think, different guitar players will probably have a different technique, but I think watching you play, you prefer to just be softer here rather than necessarily...
Yes.
Whereas other guitar players, you often see them kind of just trying to find that sweet spot on the volume and the tone.
Yes, because I feel like if I forget to turn the guitar up or down, then if I just if I feel that's what I'm trying to. It's really difficult to explain. Yeah. I'm trying to find that tone here and then get it out of here before doing anything else.
I think it's a fantastic demo of less.
Yeah.
Right. I mean less.
Not less Paul, but
more.
less more.
Should we talk about this setup?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
This is an amp that's been in Marshall's catalogue for ages. And yet I don't know. It's almost like a little forgotten gem, isn't it? So JVM, bit mad. I know Rabir had a JVM, I think.
I think he still has the head.
Does he?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's mad. 4 channels. Each channel has 3 modes. We've got, each channel has assignable reverb, an assignable effects loop, a choice of assignable master volume 1 or master volume 2.
What?
And it's MIDI.
And it's got DI out, isn't it? Or something. Or is that the Pedalboard? Whatever.
So, and you can get this in heads, combos, 50 watt, 100 watt modes, whatever.
That's 212.
This is the 100 watt 2x12. And I basically did that, most of that initial jam, actually just jumping between channels 2 and 3. But so I kind of, so that's my amp.
Yeah.
The guitar is, this is actually Pete's guitar, but it's a stock guitar you can buy. So this is always where it gets confusing. This is Pete's Paul's guitar. So in the Paul Reed Smith range, Paul's sort of signature guitar.
It's Pete's Paul's guitar, isn't it?
Right, Paul's guitar.
Yeah, because it used to be Paul's.
So this has got 2 humbuckers on it. The 2 little mini switches here can coil tap each one, volume, tone, and a 3-way selector. So loads of different sounds.
You just need MIDI on it.
And so I can, you know. I mean, that was lots of different sounds all with 1 chord.
Yeah.
And that's without, now you see, I'm not a real sort of particularly not the tone control.
I like the tone
fiddle
control.
with my volume control.
It's good when the back pickup is not split and the front one is split and you're in the middle position.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
But it's funny, I think, sorry to interrupt, but I think when you play more and you play longer, I play for 35, almost 40 years now, 35 years. Anyways, you get to, that's what you're saying, you learn tones. It's not just, in the beginning you just do that, and that's it, But then you learn to you can hear the little nuances.
I think again, you see, that's what that guitar forces you
to
find them, whereas this guitar, I've got so many things,
That's why I like a Telecaster. That's why I like the Telecaster, because it's a similar setup. Super simple.
So I had clean, and I've left pretty much all the EQ settings on flat here, so.
Yeah.
Then I had this great kind of pushed. And again, it's that type of sound that I probably would use my volume control on, because it's like.
That's a great sound, man.
It's a good sound.
It's a good
I've kind
sound.
of forgotten again.
It's a good amp,
on the
isn't it?
Marshall, which have I? Yeah. Man alive, there's a lot of knobs and buttons on here. I kind of feel I don't want to go past that amount of gain, but if I do, I'm into this.
Is this amp misunderstood?
Completely.
Is it completely just misunderstood?
We have a real problem in the UK with Marshall amplifiers. They're just not exotic enough.
No.
Like there's all these other brands that are imported in and, and it's like, and yet in other countries, Marshall is the exotic one. And I kind of feel like,
amazing.
Yes, it's 1,500 quid, this amplifier. So it's not a cheap amplifier, but relatively speaking, it's like half the price of some of these boutique amps that come in. And yet I sort of feel...
The 212 of that is 4.5 grand.
Woo!
And it only does one thing.
I mean, it's a great shout, Pete. It's a great shout. Anyway, and then Channel 4...
See, I can't get that sound out of this, can I?
No,
Can
you
I?
cannot get that sound
Let's
out
try,
of
let's
that.
try, let's
Oh
try, let's
God,
try, let's try,
okay,
let's try, let's try,
fine,
let's try.
fine.
Kind of.
No.
Kind of.
It's not very
Oh,
modern,
come on.
is it? Is it? And
Hang
in
on.
fairness,
Oh.
unfortunately, what happens is the sound takes control of your chords. So you start off
like,
playing
"Ooh,
metal and then you
ooh."
go dad rock.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
It's just not possible. And then, of course, you know, more is more. I don't really know where we're going with this video, but more is more is like, well, what, you know, if I want to go crazy ambient, you know, why don't
You
I?
could put it in the effects loop of one of the things as well, you know, it's not just
Absolutely.
straight in.
No,
You
I
could
don't
do
even know
lots
where
of
I'm
stuff
going here. I kind of feel like. I do adore. I don't actually really like perfectly clean amplifiers. I like amplifiers where there's like a.
See, I can do that though. I can do.
Yeah, you can.
That's a good amp.
It's a really good amp,
a
isn't
really
it?
good
And then, of course, you know, I haven't actually got a crazy pedal board, but I've got choruses and delays. And this is where I kind of feel, this is, I suppose, the essence of the video. What inspires you more? Is it more inspires you more or less inspires you more? And I don't know which camp I'm in, you know. I don't know, man. I mean,
But the inspiration comes when you put all of that stuff on, the ambient stuff, right? Go on, Daddy. Play that blues, Dad.
The only thing I would say, as an absolute downright bummer with this stuff, is it took Pete and I both to lift this up a set of stairs.
Yeah.
It
Yeah, we were
was-
talking about that. I
it
remember
was.
having my Lone
Yeah.
Star with 212 in it. It's just too much, man,
Yeah.
you know, sadly.
Yeah, I can't remember what I had that was the heaviest amp I ever had. I think I did have. I definitely had like a 1x12 version of this, which was heavy.
What a good amp, though. What a great amp. What a great amp.
I may have even had, it's so mad. I think this amplifier range has been out for so long. I may have even had some 3-channel kind of predecessor of this, but it doesn't seem like it was a long time ago. I think it's blooming great.
I think it's a great amp. Is that a spring reverb or is it a digital reverb?
I don't know. I don't know.
Wow.
Probably spring. It's been out forever.
Yeah, it must be a spring.
No, don't know. Could be digital.
I mean, that is so heavy, it won't move when you do
Yeah,
that
that's the-
anyway. It's like,
That's it. So
it's like hitting the rock in the chest. What?
Less is more. So, or is more more.
I mean,
Vote, decide, comment below. Is
the
less
sound
more?
is the sound is great.
Is more? Is
What do you think? What
do
would
you-
you
what-
pick? What would you pick at these two rigs? While I tune up here.
Peace.
I honestly, yeah, I kind of feel like the only reason I own lots of different guitars is to try on any given day to find the guitar that bring something out of you that
day.
maybe wasn't, I don't know. And so sometimes I think, absolutely, you want that in your arsenal. Yeah. You want to go there some days of just going, I knew that was coming. You can't, like, some days there's just like, I need to, and it's not, I suppose it's like a writer's block, isn't it? But it's like where you're just playing the same old riffs all the time and you can't come up with anything new or whatever. And you sort of want that because I think you would go, oh, hang on a second, I'm doing something different. And then other days, 100%, I want more is more.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's very difficult, isn't it? I mean, that amp, I'll play that any day long, every day, all day.
I think if I was gigging,
so good,
and I was playing in a relatively straight down the middle blues rock band, I think I would go that way. Yeah, no, just like there's the number of times, to be fair, you see a guitar player, or even me as well, who is playing and all you see is the top of their head because they're twiddling their pedal boards, or you see their back because they can't get a sound out.
But that's another thing, isn't it? It's like it takes your focus away.
If that's all you've got, that's all you got. You've got to work it.
But then does it put your focus on how you play, and will that improve you? I think it does improve you. The less you have, the more you can improve. You know.
So we think less is more, do we? We're categorically saying that less is more.
That's not true, is it? Because more is more.
Ingve in the comments section.
That's what we think.
Ingve in the comments section. What do you mean less is more? How can less be more? Only more is more.
I would love him to play this, man. Hear him play this. Yeah, let's say goodbye, Lee. I think that's it. Goodbye. I think comment section, tell us what you think.
Yeah, I think we should just jam for we'll turn the cameras off and just jam, play dad blues forever and ever and ever.
Forever and ever and ever.
Okay, right, thank you very much for watching. See you next time. Au revoir.
Like and subscribe.
Thank you.